I'm going to tell the story as quickly as possible. I uploaded the video that's going to be after this message. I get a message on my community tab that says, the next morning I had an email, YouTube, saying that Uncivil Law had copyright struck. So the way that the Redditor knew that Kurt had copyright struck my video is because if you did have the link, you could click it and it would say, this video has been removed by Uncivil Law. So that must be how she knew. So anyways, it got removed. And so one thing led to another, and Kurt doesn't reach out to me, but I'm able to reach out to him through, you know what, that's a strange story. 3 days ago, somehow, by posting a message, one of those people was able to reach out to somebody who was able to reach out to one of these Lawtubers that was able to reach out to Kurt. So that's how I was able to reach out to Kurt. He didn't message me. He didn't answer my Instagram message. He didn't open my, it was like through a person, through a person, through a person. And through all of those means, I'm like, well, what did he say? And I got a screenshot of a comment that he left somewhere. And it said, I don't believe that. It sucks that you could be at the mercy of somebody's bad mood. So, through a friend, that's a friend of a friend of a friend's cousin's mother's best friend, he says he's going to remove the strike, and a whole day passes because I spent the day off the internet. When I got back, they're like, my friends were like, check your channel. And I check my channel and they're like, is your strike removed? And it's not. And they're like, what the fuck? How is this possible? He said he's going to do it. And I'm like, well, I mean, he didn't tell me he's going to do it, so maybe I'll reach out to him and see kind of like what the fuck. And so I sent him this message. He doesn't open this one. This one goes unopened, unread for 24 hours. And then this morning I wake up and I check my messages and I check my emails and I check my YouTube studio and there's nothing. I was able to put in a counterclaim. It's mine again. I still haven't heard from Kurt. I don't know. I did hear some rumblings in the background that he's pissed and he wants that video down. And so a little bit of the principle in me is like, fuck you. I had to go through the copyright claim system. I had to give you my name, my address, my phone number. You know my phone number? I've never given my phone number to a freaking ginger in my whole life. And that's no offense to gingers. My mom is a ginger, so I'm like half fucking ginger. If I did, you know, the deed with a ginger, that's how Kurt's get here. That's how walking recessive genes get here. So I didn't mean to get mad just now. But out of principle, when I had to go through the effort to do all this stuff, after I said that I would take it down, after I already promised to remove it if he would just take the strike off my channel, he still made me dox myself to him. I don't know if dox is the way they say that, but it feels like it. I'm like, I'm leaving the fucking video up. It's actually a new work. It's actually transformative. It's intent for parody and criticism. Check. Parody and criticism. Was it transformative? Yeah. His original work was at Tati some bullshit about, I don't know. Mine didn't have none of that. Mine was, is this man a drunk, angry lawyer? And that's what my work was. And then another part of the criteria is, do we share the same market? And we don't, unless he's into Christian spirituality. Or maybe he's a YouTube, Lawtube gossip channel. Or maybe you guys are coming to my channel for me to read. Like, I'm sure there's some case law you guys come here and find out about. Clearly, we don't share the same audience. We don't share the same market. Here's what I think. I think Kurt is one of the smart YouTubers. I think he's high. Okay, I think he has a high IQ. I don't know if that equals smart, but I do think he's smart. Okay, so fine. I think Kurt is a smart YouTuber. I think he has very high IQ, very low emotional EQ. Is there an EQ? Emotional quotient? I don't know. I think if there's a scale for that, he's in the negatives, and that's why we're here today. I think that Kurt is smart enough to already know this. To think that somehow I know more about copyright law or fair use is ridiculous. But I do know enough that this video that he chose, it's not the one. I would have deleted this video had he asked me, because it's sad and it kind of makes me feel bad. And most of the comments were like, ooh, did we do this to him? And then I would have deleted it had he actually removed that strike from my channel. I still would have deleted it. Since he wants to be a complete beta fish about it. What did the blind fish say? Damn. So basically, out of principle, I'm gonna keep the video up. It is my transformative work. He has still never asked me to take the damn thing down. I really hate you for this, Kurt Mueller. I hate you for having such thin skin, but at the same time I kind of love you for it because this is fucking hilarious. You know what I'm saying? You know, when you struggle to get that wristband off for like a whole minute. This shit is hilarious. Maybe I'm just gonna remake the whole video. I think I am. Guys, I don't have time to say more. He said he would take the strike off. He did not take the strike off. I had to counterclaim. They took the strike off. YouTube doesn't arbitrate between copyright claims. So he gave his word under oath. I gave my word under oath. YouTube says, whatever, dudes, figure it out on your own. And he has to take me to court if he wants me to take it down. I'm going to do him a favor and take it down. We're going to add this new one. So, like, I wish I had some dirty-ass shorts to, like, pull on and I could pull the pocket out and, like, make Kurt hold it for a little while. Hold my pocket, buddy. We're gonna get through this together. He's an idiot. And I'm glad that so far 5,500 of you thought it was funny, too. Like, that boggles my mind. I know it's not a lot in, like, the grand scheme of things, but in the grand scheme of my life, I am blown away that even when 100 people view my videos, I'm like, holy shit. And then I start thinking, did I say something dumb? Because generally I have said something dumb that I uploaded on my own free will. So what am I saying? All right. I love you, YouTube. I love you, internet. I appreciate you, Reddit, for letting me know that Kurt's a beta male and a copyright cuck. And also, Kurt, if you're watching this, please don't come to my house and murder me. Don't come here.
Do not come. Do not come.
Kurt, I don't want to tell you to eat dick, so I'm not gonna. Strike that from the record, too.
This solution, while free, is a little, I don't know. Let's go ahead and get through these articles. Emily D. Baker and Legal Bites, by the way, seem to do fine. So you say it can't be done, go watch their streams. They seem to have it done. Should we just put it in shot anyway to show you my woes? Let's put it in shot anyway so you can do me my shows. Deal with my woes. See, now it's a blurry piece of mess. Yes, they are in fact first world problems. Thank you for that intelligent commentary. Stephanie says WTF. Just talking to the people, Stephanie. All right. And I should take this off for the purposes of filming. In case you're wondering, sometimes my wrist gets a little sore, so I put it on so it isn't as sore, because it helps keep it in place. Just a simple, wrist stabilizer. Nothing fancy, but it's not really great for the imagery. All right. For today's story, we deal... Let's try that again. The Supreme Court did not rule that First Amendment suits are not allowed in federal courts. Try harder. Good morning, chill out. Thank you for telling me how to feel. I appreciate that you are, in fact, the regulator of my emotions. Do I have your permission to feel angry or upset? Please let me know. For today's situation, we are dealing with a man. Man, this sounds like a Romeo and Juliet situation, but at least in Romeo and Juliet, the parents learned the lessons after they died. Let's wrap the story up. So, my friends, that brings us out to... Let's try that again. So, my friends, that brings us to the end of... Let's do this Texas transgender one. Yeah, is there any point to having the box there in the shot when it's so blurry? I mean, you can't even see what it says. Didn't really work out, man. Should probably just move it out of the shot again. For today's story, we cover more further enforcement of this law. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Uncivil Law, where we learn through the misfortunes of others. Your counter's in focus at my end. Really? You can see that? Of the LGBTQ plus advocacy group, the P flag. What I really wanted to say there was the LGBTQ plus question mark ampersand tilde, you know, accent agu WPXY coalition, but I decided not to because I thought that, you know, maybe that would be a bad plan. Maybe another time. By the way, when we're done with this, we have to have a bit of fun at Nick Ricada's expense because someone's got to explain to me a whole bunch of things, okay? My tolerance for annoying is really, really low today. I just want to say today is not a day you necessarily want to test Uncivil because Uncivil is annoyed. Weren't I over 96 recently? Yes, I did. I lost some subscribers because I had a... we discussed this with the technical issues from republishing. Basically, when I did that, and I knew it would happen because it happened last time, basically a lot of my subscribers got flooded with notifications, and a lot of them turned off notifications because they couldn't understand why they were being flooded with notifications for videos that were months old. So I lost like 500 subscribers like instantly, and I knew it would happen. It was just unavoidable. So we have to rebuild a little bit. Yeah, so we lost like 500 subs instantly. So that's what happened. All right. Yeah, I'm not worried about getting them back. Just thought I'd set a goal, you know, if we could get it, why not? Yes. For today's coverage, we are discussing a situation in which a woman was awarded a settlement of $5.2 million. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Uncivil Law. Someone asks, what is the reason for the long pauses? Well, it depends why I'm long pausing. Reading, I'm like, okay, what do I want to talk about next in this case? Where do I want to go next? Important because it's my channel. So there's a reason why. You know, so, you know, let us do this, and then we're going to do something from Nick Ricada, because I want to talk about this, because I think it's funny, in terms of how people perceive me versus perceive Nick. So, part of my continuing interesting things. Okay. Let's try again. There we go. Do I have any info on what YouTube is doing to screw over my channel? Not in particular. Not in particular. Why would I? For today's story, we cover the latest. Well, Jacob Grawl said, quit being a simp. You clearly have alcohol abuse issues alongside your depression. I really hope you're able to get the help you need. Justice for DUI guy. I think we'll be blocking him. You worry about my drinking? I don't drink that much on stream. I don't drink as much, nearly as much as Nick Ricada does. All right. So let me show you something from Nick's stream yesterday, because I think it's really interesting in terms of people's perception of me as this misogynist guy, because I just think it's hilarious. Mention my drinking and get banned. You don't know me. Mention my drinking and get banned. Because you don't know me. You're not in a position to know me. You're certainly not in a position to be like, act like, even if I had a problem, you're not in a position to intervene about it. Mention my drinking and get banned. So there's something I want to show you yesterday from his stream. Hold on. It's because I thought it was hilarious. People talk about my misogyny. All right, so let's cover Nick yesterday. I'm not shitting on Nick. I'm more shitting on the people who shit on me, just for the record. Why does Uncivil Law get accused of being a misogynist portion of the stream?
We have a champions contest coming here. You guys have to determine which one of these legal Titan ladies is correct. The lady in green on the far left. That's true.
Okay, so he sets this up, like, which one's right, based on the image, based on what they look like. And then he says this, just makes me wonder why people ever accuse me of being a misogynist at all. So hold on. So then he says this as he's closing out the poll. And I want people to say, the whole point of this is not to call up Nick. The whole point of this is, why do people call me misogynist and not Nick? Because he says this. Hold on.
I think we have our very scientific, and certainly not misogynistic way of determining who is correct by looking at the women objectively and determining who is more correct based on physical attractiveness. I don't know if you guys know this, but there's science to this. That is how you determine if a woman is correct. If she is more attractive, she is more correct. And so there's a scale of correctness that women all have built into them, and it's called their looks. This, I told you, this is true. Only facts being spit out here. There's certain women who are maybe correct 9 out of 10 times, and that's a pretty high rating. Then there's some women who are correct 2 out of 10 times. They tend to be anime voice actresses. For example, hypothetically, 2 out of 10 times, they're correct. Let's see. Let's check that live subscriber count.
Everyone knows he's not serious. He's making jokes. I just want to know why I get shit in my chats and on Legal Bites chat about Uncivil Law the misogynist. when I got this asshole over here. When I got this asshole over here telling jokes way worse than anything I've ever said. That's all I want to know. Why do I get the misogynistic hate? Maybe this is the issue. He tells his jokes, and it's obvious he's joking, whereas I actually rely on the intelligence of the listener to understand I'm joking without overtly conveying that I'm joking. I'm depending on this is my problem. This is absolutely my problem. I'm depending on the intelligence of the listener. Then some people are idiots and they don't get the joke. Whereas he's like telegraphing joke. So he's lowest common denominator. That's the problem. He's lowest common denominator, and he is helping the plebes understand the joke. Whereas I'm depending on you, but I got haters. I got hater problems, including I think some fellow creators whose, well, my style seems to not necessarily rub the right way, but that's okay. I mean, we can't all be compatible with each other. Fuck, I just lost some subs because of the recent kerfuffle. Technically, if what you heard me say was me accusing Nick of misogyny, you have listening comprehension problems. Listen harder. Christ. This is why I can't trust my audience, because they can't listen.